a ranger, the unsuspecting stranger, had better know the truth of wrong from right. 'Cause the eyes of the ranger are upon you. Any wrong you do, he's gonna see. When you're in Texas, look behind you. 'Cause that's where the ranger's gonna be.
Welcome to the third episode of the Freaking Odd Podcast. As usual, Nick is not in his seat. He's up wandering around. He just sat down.
Hello, everyone.
I'm Nick Bascom.
I'm Jason Bear.
Wait, reverse that.
Yeah, just switch it around. You'll be fine.
I'm Jason Bear. Nick, what time is it?
It's podcast time, motherfuckers.
Nick's out of his seat again. What are you doing? We're recording a professional podcast here, Nick. He's wandering off. He's upstairs now. I don't know where he went. I'm gonna put poop in his root beer. Okay,
it's fine.
He's back.
I was just saving a small child from a tree.
All right.
She didn't make it.
Should we tell him about the list now?
Yeah.
You've probably been wondering about the secret surprise that we talked about briefly last week.
I don't know. They're gonna think we're crazy. Actually,
we are.
If you listen to the last two episodes, you probably already think that. So.
Me and Nick, before we recorded this podcast, went to Big Y.
That's a supermarket,
It
grocery
is
store.
a supermarket, and they have the best pizza in the world. And we got slices of pizza, and we're sitting there by the window, and we look out, and there's this piece of paper sitting on a what are they called?
Shopping
A
cart.
shopping cart.
No, we saw this lady who came up and grabbed a shopping cart, but she put her shopping list down. She walked away without it.
And it's just sitting there, and we're like hoping it doesn't blow away. So we're watching it, and this other person comes up, and they grab it, and they put it on the next cart, and they pull away with it. And I think what happened was it was balancing, and then the big bald dude came up, and he pulled the cart out, and it fell into his cart. Yeah. And we're watching him walk away with it in the cart, and he doesn't even know it's in there. And we were gonna grab it and use it for the podcast. So, we finished our pizza, and I saw him in the little lobby place looking through his cart. So we thought he might have taken it out there. So we walked through there, didn't see it, and then we walk outside. Nick, tell him what happened.
So we're walking out back to our cars, and we see a piece of paper on the ground, and Jason's like, "Is that the list?" And I'm like, "No, it can't be." So he opens it up, and it looks like the same list that we saw in the shopping cart. So the guy must have just, before he went in the store, just took it and just threw it out of his cart.
No, I saw him bring it inside the store. So
and how'd it get out there?
It must have blown out while the doors were open, and miraculously fell to our feet. So it was meant to be.
Yep.
We have this list right here. You can hear it. We haven't read it yet.
Yeah, we have no idea what's on it.
We don't know what's on it. Okay.
Just don't say any names or anything, if there's any names on there. God, it's hard to read.
Okay. What does that say? Fap? Fart? Buy pizza. Daisy Cottage. I don't think this is a shopping list. I think this is a to-do list.
I think it's a suicide note. Look at it.
This is all the things she ate before she died. Peanut squash.
The last thing just says butter, and then it says bye.
It does. Look, SS. SS.
Are they Nazis?
Oh, shit.
Oh, there's more on the back.
Oh, God. What if these are the names of people that she executed?
Okay, we have
The
evidence.
last names of the people. She executed Colonel Butter, Colonel Potato. I like how she writes, instead of just like what she needs, she writes buy before it. But it's not B-U-Y, it's
Just buy.
it's B-U-Y. Buy stuffing. Buy peas/corn.
It could stand for Big Y.
True. Well, let's pretend it
What's
doesn't.
on the back?
Okay, in the back there's a scribble like someone tried to grab the pen and was trying to get out of her grasp. Turtles? She needs 99 turtles.
Spam.
Spam? She needs 2.5.
2 out of 5 spam. What?
What was this lady doing? I don't. Polamine? Milk? What if she's looking for this right now and she's like panicking because she worked all week on this list and we're just sitting here with it and she can't buy food or anything?
Yeah. I mean, it was in the parking lot. We're not going to go track this lady down. We don't even remember what she looked like.
We should.
Let's go now.
And we'll track down yoga pants.
Yoga pants.
Oh man. So that was the surprise. We're gonna keep looking over this list later, and we'll let you know if we see. There's a lot of things on here. We're gonna let you know if we see it. Giant black dildo. Buy black dildo.
Wait a minute, that's my list. Give me.
Oh, wrong list.
Well, now that you're entertained,
So that was the list. That was your surprise. We just found a list of things.
made him wait a whole week for that. You're welcome.
They're probably so pissed. We should give them something for real.
We'll think of something for next time.
All right. Oh, tell them about your disc. The disc you found.
Oh yeah, I found this.
That's pretty cool.
I thought I lost this a couple years ago, but I found it. It's George Norrie Presents After Dark, and it's a bunch of songs and stuff. But then there's a couple bonus tracks that are stories from Coast to Coast, the radio show. So we're gonna dig into this later on and talk about it. It says bonus tracks from Coast to Coast AM, intro, Ouija board, Judy's Ghost, Ghost Hunter, Bermuda Triangle, Roswell, Boy from Another Time, and Space Station. So I've heard a couple of them. They're pretty good.
Hell yeah.
Interesting.
We'll post a picture of the disc so
Yep.
you can see.
Of course, we don't know.
There's a huge scratch going
Yeah,
across
we don't,
this.
we don't know if it'll play because it's scratched to shit, but
It might not work, but if we can't get it to work, we'll just like torrent it or something.
Mm.
We'll find it. Maybe someone can send us a copy. And we still have the Secrets of Dreamland VHS. We're planning on watching it probably next week, and we'll let you know if there's any good shit in that.
yeah. And I found the whole Penguin documentary on Amazon, so we might pick that up too.
A herd and a spy in the huddle.
But it's like 3 episodes in there, each an hour long. Though.
You and your penguin obsessions.
I can't help it.
What else are you gonna buy penguin related?
I don't have anything penguin related.
Are we gonna make Big Wing a T-shirt? Are we gonna put him on T-shirts?
Oh yeah, we should.
We should only make 2 T-shirts, and we'll be the only one who wears them.
So that's our official podcast mascot is Big Wing, a penguin with giant wings.
Big Wing, the unstoppable aviator.
There's a picture of him on last week's pod.
I drew him. I drew him on my drawing tablet thing.
It's him standing there right before he takes flight. He terrorizes New York City.
Wait, was he? What penguin mishap did you? Remember, you were like, no, those weren't rock hoppers. Those were.
Oh yeah, I had said tuxedo penguins, but they weren't tuxedo. They were emperor penguins.
Ah.
And I remember the other one were Humboldt, so it's Emperor, Humboldt, and Rockhopper. So I'm not foremost penguin expert.
that
You
makes-
thought I was.
It makes perfect sense now. You gotta get your penguins right. If your penguins ain't right, you ain't going nowhere.
What happened to that guy? He didn't have his penguins in order. Just don't look at him, Timmy. Just keep walking.
Oh man, what are we gonna talk about in this episode?
I don't know. I wanted to break into dreams.
No,
By that I mean I'm just gonna fall asleep right now. And,
dreams as in like horror dreams, or dreams as in like lucid dreams, or dreams as in like penguin dreams.
let's get into the lucid dreams.
Oh man, I wanted to do penguin dreams.
All right, we can do penguin dreams.
All right, tell me a dream about a penguin.
All right. So let's get into lucid dreams.
All right.
So Jason's done more research on this than I have, but we were looking into lucid dreaming a while back. And
Yeah.
there's this technique. If you don't know what it's lucid dream means, while you're dreaming, you kind of feel like you're fully aware and in your body, but you still realize you're dreaming.
You basically gain consciousness inside a dream.
Yeah.
So like you'll be dreaming something, and then all of a sudden you'll realize that you're in a dream, and then you can control what you do, and it feels just as real as if you were in real life.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty cool. Did you just fart?
No,
What the fuck? I heard it, dude.
I don't know what that was.
Ripping ass, walking away
So-
from the mic, talking on your phone.
Not keeping my penguins in order. Horrible.
Unprofessional.
So there's this technique for lucid dreaming. Well, during the day, just every once in a while, you look at your hands and ask yourself if you're dreaming. And the theory there is that if you see your hands in your dream, you'll gain consciousness.
There's also another one. Every time you walk through a doorway, you ask yourself if you're dreaming. Like you don't just like say, "Am I dreaming?" But you like stop and you like focus and like even if you know for like you're in reality, you stop and you focus and you make sure that you're not dreaming,
Mhm.
and that your brain will get accustomed to checking for that when you look at your hands or when you walk through a door, and hopefully it'll happen in the dream, and that's what will like kick off your lucidness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So it happened to me once, and it was crazy. It was 2 years ago, and it's never happened since then. But I was having a dream for a while. I had a dream where I fell down in a store one time or something. So I had another dream where I was in a grocery store, and it happened again. And I fell down in the grocery store. And you know, in your dreams, we were talking about this before. Like if you have to run sometimes in your dreams, it feels like your legs won't work.
Yeah.
And so I fell down and I got back up. And as I was getting back up in the dream, I looked at my hands, and all of a sudden, like, shit, I'm dreaming. And it was weird. It felt like I was awake. This was the strangest thing that's ever happened to me. So all of a sudden, I'm looking around, and there's people walking around the grocery store, and I'm like, shit, do I go talk to them? I know I'm dreaming. I know
Where are the penguins?
I know nothing can happen. But so I'm just walking around near the dairy section, just looking at milk and yogurt and shit. And all of a sudden, I turn the corner to another aisle, and it's an aisle full of tires. So I start to walk down. And this wasn't very long. This was maybe a minute. I start to walk down that aisle, and then I woke up. It was weird. It felt exactly like I was awake
Yeah.
in an actual grocery store.
I've had it where I dreamt that I was at my grandma's house and I was like near the window, and it can get to a point where you're so conscious that you're literally sitting there like looking around yourself and saying, I can't believe my brain is creating this right now, because it's so
Yeah,
detailed.
That's how it was, because it's not. I've had vivid dreams before, and it's nothing like that. It's completely different.
Yeah. And it's weird when it happens, because sometimes in your dream you'll have a certain motion that will make you remember you're dreaming. Like my thing is when I run down a hill in a dream and I jump, a lot of the times I'll float and I'll pretty much fly. So when I'm flying through the air, not like flying like Superman, but like kind of like cannonball style, when I'm flying through the air, my brain says, what the fuck are you doing? And then I say, what the fuck am I doing? And then that's when I'll like wake up. And there's lots of techniques for controlling your surroundings and making the dream clearer. Like one of the ways you can do it is to just focus on the word clarity or something. and you just basically say it over and over, like clear, 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 and you focus, and the dream will clear up. It's cool because there was this one lucid dream I had where you know that long abandoned road near my house where it's just like nothing. I woke up in the dream and I was sprinting down that road as fast as I could, and
Is that the Texas road?
no, not the Texas road.
Ah.
Texas road is by the park. This is abandoned road near my house, out in the middle of the nowhere, the boonies. I was running down that road, and in the dream, I was screaming at the top of my lungs, just screaming, and I was worried that someone was gonna. I was like screaming in real life, and I was worried that someone was gonna hear me, but I wasn't. But in the dream, it actually feels like you are, because you can feel it, and you're just like, ah. It's cool. What other lucid dreams have you had?
That was the most vivid one. It kind of happened before. There was one time, to bring up scooters again for the third podcast in a row.
You, penguin scooters?
I was the first time it had happened. It wasn't completely like a supermarket thing, but I fell asleep, and I was on a scooter, just riding on the sidewalk, and then I looked down, and it felt so real. But then I woke up. But that was only about 10 seconds.
Did the wheel snap?
No. Yeah, but I think that might have just been a really vivid one, because that was nothing like the supermarket one.
Mm-hmm. I think it'd be cool to have full control over it, so that way I've heard of people who have them every night, and they don't want it anymore. They want to have like uncontrolled dreams. But I just think it'd be so cool to like go to sleep and then you can do whatever you want. Yoga Pants Girl.
Yoga Pants Girl.
I think if I was ever in prison, that is what I would do. Become a master of lucid dreaming, and then I'd just sleep all the fucking time. And I'd feel like I was out of jail.
You know about sleep paralysis?
Yeah.
I woke up, I kind of half woke up while it was still occurring. It was creepy. I had this dream. I was driving a car, and I parked it, and there was this double-decker bus that tipped over right next to the car, and everything was on fire.
Oh, shit.
So I decided to just leave.
No penguins?
No.
You just left?
Yeah. And I walked.
That's okay.
I just left, and I walked into a store, and the guy behind the counter, there's two people behind the counter, I look at them, and then their eyes just turned solid white.
Oh, shit.
And then I woke up, but I was kind of half asleep, half awake. And I was thinking, shit, why can't I move? I couldn't move anything.
Yeah.
I think my body was still in sleep paralysis.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck's going on? And then I completely woke up and I could move again. So it was either that or I had a stroke or something.
Oh, man. I've never had sleep paralysis to the point where I woke up and I couldn't move. I've had something where I woke up to go to school one day and I couldn't stand. My whole body would just fall.
Shit.
So I just stayed home from school that day. But my sister has actually had a sleep paralysis. I don't know if it's once or multiple times, but she's deathly afraid of aliens.
Yeah.
And she said, and I don't know if it was caused by it or like she was afraid of them before, but she'd have sleep paralysis where she's in a room and she just looks over and sees 3 aliens come through her door and she can't move or do anything and they come and take her.
Shit.
And it sounds stupid, but like what if that was something that actually happened?
Yeah.
And it's...
Well, doesn't everyone experience it while they're sleeping? I think it's the body's way of...
Yeah, it keeps you from actually like murdering yourself
just
in
flopping
real
around,
life.
breaking your arm and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah.
It's weird too, because there's they say you get this heavy feeling in your chest.
That's what I felt,
Like there's like a blanket, like a lead blanket on your
it felt,
chest or something.
felt like something was pushing me down and I couldn't move. It was right in the center of my chest, yeah.
And what's weird is there's like a myth or legend about this, they call it the old hag, I think. And it's basically like this old goblin type person thing. And a lot of people will see that sitting on their chest. And at first I was like, that's weird. It's probably just like a legend thing. But what's weird is that like the same story has been told like through different continents and stuff. So people who didn't know each other talked about the old hag in writings and stuff. So I want. It's probably not actually that. It's probably just like the chemicals in your body holding you down. But it's cool. It's cool to like relate scientific things with the myth and legends of what's going on. Actually, for me, in the lucid dream I was going to talk about with the ghost, I was in this school, and I was in a gymnasium, and there's a stage at the end of the court, and we were there for some kid's funeral or something. He died or something like that, and there was an urn over by the stage, and for some reason I just knew that like his ghost was standing there, and I couldn't tell if it was mean or nice or whatever, but I walked over because I wanted to give it my condolences and stuff like that, and I walked over there, and then all of a sudden this was like if it happened in real life. I felt the same fear as in the dream as I did in real life. My whole body was just frozen, and then I felt it was completely evil in my ear, just like doing this weird like garbling scream, like
Edward Mordrick.
It was fucking creepy, and I had so much adrenaline pumping through me because I was just standing there and it was just screaming in my ear. And I woke up and I was like, never again. I'm never gonna walk over to where the ghost is. Oh, there's something else that I was oh yeah, astral projecting?
Mm-hmm.
Astral projecting is kind of like lucid dreaming, except the theory is that you actually leave your body. Your spirit, if we have a spirit, is said to come up out of your body, and you can walk around in this existence and fly around and even fly to like other planets and stuff. I've always thought it'd be cool if I could leave my body, fly to the moon, and sit there and watch the Earth. Because there's so many stories of people saying that it's completely possible, and so many descriptions of it happening.
When I was a kid, I was sleeping, and I think it was just a dream, but I basically had a dream where I kind of floated up, and I could see myself sleeping in the same exact bed that I'd gone to sleep in.
Oh, really?
But I thought it was just a dream.
So you actually... Oh, shit.
Maybe.
That's what they say happens. Shit. You float up out of your body, then you look down, and you see your own body.
Sleeping.
And that usually people get scared, so they'll snap back in.
That's what happened to me. Shit.
Yeah. So you probably did it.
All right.
There's like a whole, I think it's called the Monroe Institute. I forgot. There's like a whole university that this guy made. He was in the military, and they actually used him to experiment doing it, and he became like a master of doing it. Like he can do it, and there's interviews with him saying that now that he's done it and he knows about it, he's not scared of death at all. Like he has no fear of it whatsoever because he knows that there's something after death. And I thought that was pretty cool. Like there's a whole school that people can go to learn about it. But he was telling his story about when he first did it. He was sleeping in his bed, and then he just woke up and he opened his eyes and he was looking down at his bed from the ceiling.
Yeah, that's how I felt.
Yeah, and he snapped back in his body, and I think he did it again a few more times, but he like flew around the chandelier, and then his wife woke up or something, and she thought he was crazy and almost got a divorce. But I've always wanted to do that. I think I've gotten close because there's certain stages of trying to do it. Like there's a rope technique where you're supposed to lie there, and what you have to do is you have to let your body fall asleep while your mind stays awake, and then there's just certain techniques to roll out of your body or pull yourself out, but I've never been able to do them. I'm sure it'd work though if you tried. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I woke up this one time, and they say when you're about to lucid dream or enter a lucid dream, you'll hear like people talking in your ear and stuff. Like I think there's a whole theory on it where if you read about lucid dreaming and astral projection before you do it, you'll hear about all these people's like bad experiences, but I think they only have bad experiences because they read about it before they do it and read about other people's fears. And that's what they're training themselves to expect from it. But I think if you just go into it with a clean slate and stuff. But I heard like this really loud, it was kind of like, it was a sound that increased the volume like a chainsaw kind of, and it got really loud, and then it just stopped, and I felt myself get sucked into the dream, and I was kind of teetering on lucidness in the dream, and then waking up, and I kept going in and out, just to see what it was like.
So, can you remember your favorite just regular dream, not non-lucid?
I have weird dreams, Nick.
Me too.
Really weird dreams. I think my brain makes me forget them. What was that thing that you were talking about where you were like, I don't know if I should tell it on the pod?
I don't know. It's gonna either sound like I'm making it up or like I'm crazy, but...
Tell it, Nick.
Remember you were talking about shadow people in the first episode?
Yeah.
And you said you saw one that darted off into the laundry room?
Yeah.
Well, when I was a kid, I was sleeping over at my cousin's, and I was probably just seeing things, but I went up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and I went into their hallway, and I saw what looked like this just tall shadow, and it took off into their laundry room.
Oh, shit.
So it's just weird how much of a coincidence it is. But
that's weird.
I didn't want to tell it because people would be like, no, he's just making that up, but...
I thought you said you had another experience with shadow people, like getting out of the shower or something.
Oh, yeah, I saw something.
Like, after you went to the sand pit, you said there was, like, shadow people everywhere.
Well, I saw something fly in front of the shower curtain, but I don't know what that was.
Piece of poop. How did that get there? Oh, man.
I had this weird dream one time with, I think it was me and Damien, and we had to, one of my friends, Damien, and my other friend, Justin, we had to break Justin out of some prison camp.
Oh, man.
So we climbed this fence, and we broke him out, and then there was some war going on in the background. I don't know what the hell's going on.
What was going on?
Some kind of war, and there were explosions and fire everywhere.
Yeah.
And so we ran out of the prison camp. We climbed up on this roof and jumped over the fence and get out of this camp.
Mm-hmm.
And we ran down this street. It was like an abandoned city.
Yeah.
And it looked like it had just rained because the concrete was all wet. So we go into this kind of like a flea market place, but then there's just this one old lady behind this giant curtain.
Mm-hmm.
She's giving tattoos. She looks like she's got...
You walk in, she looks over, she's tattooing a penguin on this guy's shoulder, and he's just like, what?
Giant big wing tattoo.
Yeah.
So, and then a couple of my other friends showed up. And they went behind the curtain. We never saw them again. And then we left, and that was it.
You left them there?
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
Yeah, I just abandoned people in my dreams all the time.
A burning bus probably full of school children. That's fine.
I mean, my car was fine. So.
Oh, God. What was it? Oh, I had a dream where I walked out the back of my house, and I looked way in the distance behind my neighbor's house, and there was these alien ships just flying up and flying over my house, and I was like, oh shit, alien warfare, and I saw explosions over there, and then I saw like our military vehicles flying to it, and I saw aliens like jumping over fences coming towards my house, and I went inside and I locked the door.
And
scary shit. I'm still waiting for that day that we wake up and turn on the news, and then it's spaceships floating over a city, and everyone's panicking, and I'm just like, hell yeah.
like the beginning of, the middle of Signs.
Yeah.
Watching all the TVs.
Signs was kind of creepy.
I liked it, but the ending was just...
How did it end?
The dude's brother took a baseball bat and just hit a bunch of cups of water on the alien, and the alien just went away.
I like World of Worlds.
Yeah.
With, I think there was an old one too, right? There's a new one and an old one. I like the new one. I haven't seen the old one. The new one's fucking sick, though. I love it.
That's got to be almost 10 years old now, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
I like the part where he's like, lightning never strikes twice, and it's just strikes again, and again, and again, and again. It was pretty cool.
Did you see Edge of Tomorrow yet?
They've not.
It's
Is that still in theaters?
no, it's out now, but
Oh, really?
they fucked up the marketing so bad that no one went to see it, but it was actually really good.
Yeah.
It's based off something called All You Need Is Kill. Like, Wesley read the original thing,
Mm-hmm.
but so they changed it to Edge of Tomorrow for the movie,
Mm-hmm.
but the marketing was just terrible, so no one saw it. So when it came out on Blu-ray and DVD, they changed the name again
Oh,
to
really?
Live, Die, Repeat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but it
So
was
you
good,
can't
though.
even find it by.
Yeah, because it was nothing like what it looked like in the trailers.
Yeah. We should buy it. I want to see it.
Yeah. It's like Groundhog Day meets 51st Date. No, yeah, 51st Dates meets some futuristic war movie.
I went to Walmart yesterday, and I wanted to buy a bow and arrow for the zombie apocalypse, but all they had was these little kiddie bows. I was like, no, that won't work. That will not do. They also have these paint grenades, which are like big ass grenades like that you pull the pin and you throw it and it'll explode paint, and they're filled with paint already. I was thinking about buying one of those. Maybe we can do some pranks.
Yeah. When I was a kid, we had these grenade water balloons. They had a weird texture on the side, so when you filled them up, they felt like grenades.
Really?
So I'm standing underneath a window with a giant pane of glass,
Yeah.
and my brother just takes one of the water balloons and throws it at the glass, and I'm right underneath, and so all the glass shatters
Oh my
and
god.
comes down, but somehow it falls all around me, and I just got this tiny cut on my arm instead. But there were these huge shards of glass all around me.
It's pretty intense. Did you keep fighting after?
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't even your window. It was your neighbor's. You're just like, that's fine. You run away. We kind of did not prepare for this episode at all.
Yeah, we just spent
It's lacking.
we spent a couple hours getting the other episode 2 ready. So
Yeah, episode's 2 out. Episode 2 is out, but you probably already know that since this is coming out next week.
yeah,
Oh, did we mention our Twitter and our Stitcher? We're on Stitcher and iTunes, all them places.
yeah, Twitter at Freakin' Odd Pod. That's Freak N Odd Pod.
The letter N, no space.
And freakinoddpod.com and Freakin' Odd Pod on Facebook.
Freakinoddpod.com is kind of useless right now.
Yeah, it's not.
I'm working on it. We have a podcast feed on there, but you click it and it brings you back to the same page.
Oh yeah, there's a picture of Bill Cosby on the first episode, and we put that up just before all these allegations and stuff started coming out. So
Yeah, it wasn't because of all that.
yeah, we were trying to make fun of that stuff.
We always make jokes about Bill Cosby
Yeah.
and his sweaters and his talking and his name.
And we realized the sweater he's wearing in the picture looks like the picture of Ebola that's going around.
Oh my god. Is it almost Christmas time? Wait, it's almost
Yeah.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
What are you doing for Thanksgiving, Nick?
I don't know, actually.
Eating a bird?
A penguin.
Eating beaver?
I'll get into that beaver one way or another.
we gotta start watching Dual Survival
Yeah.
more. Great show. Did they cancel that, or is it just two new
I
hosts?
think they're getting another host because they fired Cody Lundin because he wasn't. I guess they wanted him to do crazy stuff, and he said it just wasn't safe.
He needs his own show.
Yeah, him and Les Stroud from
Right? I
Survivor
was just
Man.
thinking about that.
That would be the perfect duo.
We should message them with our massive Twitter account.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll respond.
How cool would it be to get both of them on here?
Oh, that'd be sick. We should try for it.
Cody Lundin has survival classes you can take.
Maybe
But
if
that's
we
all the way out in the desert.
let's take his survival class and bring the mic, and then we'll have a pod with him. Poop turds. How do they poop upside down? I don't know, but somehow they do it.
And his house is crazy. He lives out
Yeah,
in the
I've
desert.
seen that.
Yeah, and he built his own house. The roof has grass growing out of it. The floor, he has like a crushed
It's just
glass.
like a like a clay,
Yeah,
right?
and he has a glass roof. Part of the roof is glass. There's a window in it, so when the sunlight comes in, it's all cracked, so it goes through the glass and it heats up his floor. He has some kind of rock for the floor that absorbs sunlight. It's nice.
That's pretty cool. He's pretty badass.
Yeah.
He's got the life. he ain't got to answer to nobody.
This is, if you don't know who this is the dude who walks around without shoes.
or pants.
Yeah.
Well, he wears shorts.
Even in the snow. I think in the snow he just
Yeah.
wears socks. Sometimes he walks barefoot, but if it's really deep snow, he wears socks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's freaking crazy, dude. That episode where they're on that island with the snow, and he's just in shorts, and does he wear t-shirts too?
Sometimes I think.
That's crazy, man. What a boss.
Boner stick.
What a boner.
He had, was it a bone?
Yeah.
He had a bone he was trying to use as a club or something, so he tested it out. And
The other dude was building a spear, and Cody just has this bone, and he didn't even do anything to it, and he walks away, he stands in front of this bush like 10 feet away, and he side whips it into the bush, like just lazily, and he's like, man, that's a boner. Like the look on his face was like it just destroyed the bush, and it just fell into it.
can't find that clip anywhere.
Oh God, I hope he doesn't hear this. He's gonna think we're making fun of him. Well, we kind of are. You're our hero. Fuck. You gotta stop playing with these balls. No balls on the table.
So I saw an old lady almost get a van door shut on her.
Oh God, that would have been disastrous.
I was-
Tell him, Nick.
He was in a parking lot near Applebee's.
Tell him, Nick Bascom.
And these two old couples come out of Applebee's, and I just saw them as they were walking to the van, but I just kept going about my business, and all of a sudden I turn and look, because I'm walking that way, and this old lady is in the back, the sliding door of the van. She's like going through her purse or something, and it's one of those automatic doors, so I guess someone must have pressed the button, so the door starts to close on her, and she doesn't know what to do. She looks over at it. She stays in there and starts flailing her arms around. Then she pulls herself out just in time, and the van door slams.
Oh my God. What if she got caught in there?
She's just stuck. They just drive away. They don't know.
Old woman caught in van, driving down the road. How would you not notice? Oh God, I can't wait to be an old lady.
What?
Imagine if we just ended it right there. What? Oh man, we should talk about this root beer.
We're
How
still
fucking
recording. We
delicious.
don't want to repeat of last time.
No, we're recording. It's going.
All right.
Hopefully.
That's what we thought before.
I know. No, last time we finished the recording, and I'm sitting there saying, let's save this before we lose it. So my only focus is to save it. So I go to save it, and Nick's computer goes, can't write to this hard drive. So I try saving it to the internet, and it can't do it there. So then I just kept trying, and all of a sudden, one of our, like 15 minutes of our track is just flat. No nothing. And we lost it. I tried, Nick. I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So then, afterwards, I finally got it saved, and then Nick beat me with a bag of rocks.
Yeah, and we realized the amount of time we spent trying to fix it, we could have just re-recorded the intro
Yeah.
there.
We're idiots.
Oh well.
Oh God, I just finished my my zombie. Can you survive the zombie apocalypse book? Well, technically not finished because it's a choose your own path book. And one of the paths I chose, me and this little kid ended up at Comic-Con, and the zombies were taking the place over, and there's all these people in costumes and stuff getting eaten and stuff, and it was like, do you run to the Nintendo booth or the Lucasfilm booth? So I was like, Lucasfilm. So I ran down there, and we tip over an AT-AT. We tip it over.
There's I'm not gonna get into it. There's a debate in the Star Wars culture between some people say AT-AT and some people say AT-AT.
8-8.
8.
I'll call it the 8-8. So me and this kid jump through. We run in there, and then guess who's sitting there? George Romero, and he's just sitting there. We run past him, and he's not scared at all about the horde of zombies. And he stands up, and he's just like, "Oh, Sinai, and the zombies stop. And he literally had a zombie army.
Nice.
That's the ending. Like George Romero started a zombie ending, or a zombie army, and they just march out of the building and take over the world. And I run off into the woods. That was pretty funny. And another one that just got eaten while the kid gets away. Lame.
Have you seen any of his recent films, Romero?
No.
The Living Dead thing has, I think it's up to 5 or 6 movies now. There's Night, that was Night from '68, and then Dawn, and then Day of the Dead. And I mean the original Dawn of the Dead, not the remake, but the remake was good though. Anyway, and then there was Land of the Dead, Survival of the Dead, and then Diary of the Dead.
Survival of the Dead.
Those two might be switched around, but yeah, Survival of the Dead takes place in Ireland.
What? I've never seen
good.
those. They're
Yeah.
recent?
Yeah, within 5 years or so.
We should watch them.
Yeah.
I never even heard of those. Have you seen I think it's called Legion. Oh, let me just check to make sure it's called Legion. Legion movie. Yeah, that's it. What it is this fallen angel here. He falls from heaven because he's like kicked out. He's not in the angelic army anymore, and I think he has cut off wings or something. But this lady at this truck stop is having the reincarnation of Christ. Like her baby is the reincarnation of Christ, and he basically goes there and defends her from like a satanic army. It's crazy stuff. This old lady's in there and she's just like talking smack about her baby, and then she crawls onto the ceiling and twists her head around.
Shit.
And the plagues of locusts come, and then there's like thousands of cars that just drive to the spot, and they're all like attacking, and he's sniping them off the top of a building and stuff. Oh. It's really not even like religious. It's just like a horror movie based around stuff. Lego? Wait, oh, I thought it said 6 movie clips from Lego. Wait, that is a Lego. What is this? A Batman Lego?
Yeah, they're doing a spin-off.
Really? Oh shit. We should collect Lego figurines. Have you watched American Horror Story?
Yeah.
Yeah. I've been watching that lately. You
Yeah.
watch Freak Show?
Yeah, I saw the first season and got a little bit into the second season, and I skipped the third season because I've heard a couple different people tell me it just wasn't very good, and it
Yeah.
didn't. The previews didn't really look too good.
Yeah.
But I'm caught up on Freak Show.
I am pretty fucking pissed that they killed Twisty.
Yeah.
But I heard he's coming back.
Yeah,
He was so
Yeah.
fucking scary.
yeah, that was the main thing I liked about it. I'm kind of just iffy about this season. It's okay, but
They needed to keep Twisty, not kill him off. And
when does it take place?
I know there's a scene. I think it takes place definitely back in the old days, because they show like condom boxes, and it's just like one condom in like this giant cardboard box.
'Cause did you notice someone pointed this out online when Lobster Boy was singing that Nirvana song?
Yeah.
That song didn't even exist back then.
Oh,
How could you know
yeah.
that? Yeah, but when they break off into musical numbers and shit,
It's
I kind
kinda
of lose
weird.
interest. But
Like the old lady
yeah.
singing for like
Yeah.
2 minutes or 3 minutes.
I can't get into the two-headed lady storyline. I don't know.
Yeah. It's kind of confusing too, because at one point they were about to feed him cupcakes or something, and then all of a sudden it didn't happen.
Yeah, and I'm no expert or anything, but it seems like they cut way too early in some scenes and stuff.
Yeah.
It's the cut editing feels.
Well, you
odd.
want to be an expert.
Yeah, it's just the editing feels off sometimes.
And our Bascom.
Yeah, I realize I need another middle name starting with R. If you have 2 R's in your name, then you're automatically famous, like J.R.R. Tolkien or George R.R. Martin.
N.R.R. Bascom. N-A-T-A-T Bascom. I found a show, I think it's called Freak Show, where basically it's like American Horror Story Freak Show, except it's a show about the actual freak show
yeah,
with the people.
I've seen that.
Yeah, you seen the lobster?
No, I only saw a couple episodes back when it's on AMC, right?
I think so. Yeah. The actual lobster boy, and he calls himself Lobster Boy too, because one lady asked him if he gets annoyed. He's like, "No, I call myself Lobster Boy." His hands are fucking huge. Like, they're probably like at least a foot long, maybe like a foot and a half, and just 2 giant fingers and crazy stuff.
I saw the thing he posted about the real life Edward Mordrake.
Mm-hmm.
That was messed up.
Yeah.
So it was a real dude born with a face in the back of his head.
And the face would whisper
Yeah, and he's
evil things to him at night, he said.
Yeah, So I think that's what they. Well, that's obviously what they based the character off of.
Yeah, that was his name in the show too.
Yeah.
Edward
And
Mordred.
they said that the dude in real life, like the face on the back of his head, whenever he would get upset, the face would smile.
Yeah,
That's fucking creepy.
yeah, it is. We should post a picture of him for anyone who
Yeah.
hasn't seen.
And he said that it would whisper to him and stuff.
That'd be so fucking weird. Did he commit suicide?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They said he was a genius too. He played the piano and do all kinds of shit. But he killed himself because he couldn't take it.
I mean, I would too.
Yeah.
That would not be fun. I wonder if it was had to have been like a brother or something that was mutated
yeah,
in the
absorbed.
womb. Something like that.
Yeah, because sometimes one of the fetuses will absorb the other one.
Yeah. Maybe it was just using his thoughts, or maybe wonder if it had its own brain, or it was just linked up to his brain. It's fucking weird, man.
On that note, there's something I have to show you.
Oh God.
Yeah, when I first saw him on the show, I thought they were kind of ripping off Voldemort from the first Harry Potter. Remember, he was in the back of that dude's head.
Oh
And,
yeah.
but I wonder if what's her name, Rowling got the idea from that dude.
Could be. I saw there's a video of a guy who has a mouth on the side of his face, and when he like smiles or talks, the mouth does the same thing.
Shit.
So he's like in the mouth on the side smiles.
When I was younger, we had a cat that had kittens, but it was a fucked up litter. She only had 2 kittens, and one of them had 2 different colored eyes and like 4 different colors, in her fur, and the other one it died died while it was born, but it had 2 faces.
What?
Yeah, it had. I don't know if it had 4 eyes, but it had a normal face. Then on the side, there's maybe 1 or 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth.
Wait, this was like a cat you've seen?
No, this was one of my cats when I was a kid. Had this
Oh my
had
God.
this deformed kitten with 2 faces.
And it didn't survive?
No,
What did you do with
I
it?
think it was stillborn or it just died right when it was born. So we brought it to this vet. We called this vet up about it, and he was kind of fascinated because he wanted to research it and everything. So we brought it to him, and he was gonna do some
And
research on it. So
You never seen it again?
no,
I wonder if there's anything online about it. I wonder if it's
I've
like a famous.
maybe. But I've seen pictures of other people. It's happened to other people too.
Yeah.
Or he forgot about it. It's in the back of his freezer or something.
He ate it.
They-
What the fuck?
They sell the building, so it's not a vet place anymore. So this new dude moves in. Just,
What
The
if you brought
freezer.
it? What if you brought it back to life?
shit.
That'd be cool. So cool. But at the same time, kind of weird.
Yeah, and the other cat was weird too. I think what happened maybe, like we were talking about absorbing. I think it was originally a full litter, but it must have just absorbed all the other kittens because this other cat looked like 10 cats in one.
Oh my God.
And then the one with 2 faces would explain that too. The one that lived was weird though.
Yeah. Do you have any pictures of it?
We might. I can try to find some.
Definitely. They need to see that. The people need to know, Nick.
Yeah, and the cat who gave birth to him, she was fine. She had a couple healthy litters before that.
Huh. That cat gets around.
Oh, that reminds me, cats. All right.
That reminds me, cats.
The hospital I used to work at, it's kind of like an end of life place, and there's a story going around there. A lot of the nurses and people would report seeing a white cat.
Oh,
And
really?
every time someone would see a white cat, one of the patients would die.
Ooh.
I mean, and the patients,
Have you seen it?
no, I've never seen it, but it's just weird. Every time someone would report a cat, or they'd be like, why is there a cat there? They'd go to security and tell them about it, and that night, or that day, someone would die.
Oh man. That's crazy.
And some of the patients would ask nurses, like, where did the cat go, and stuff like that, too.
Huh.
I don't know.
Do you still work there?
No.
Was that the haunted hospital you said?
Yeah, I've heard some stories.
We were gonna sneak in there and do a ghost hunt.
Yeah.
Probably can't do it now.
No, they have cameras everywhere.
Fuck. Alright. Well, we're at...
Oh, one time when I was working there.
Excuse me, sir. No, go ahead.
I was working there, and we were on what we called the tray line, because I worked in the kitchen there, and we would get all the meals ready for the patients.
Yeah.
So at certain times of the day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, we'd go on the tray line. So everyone who worked in the kitchen, it was a small staff, no more than 8 people working in the kitchen at a time, probably.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all on the tray line, and I'm on one side with the other people who are like putting the snacks and shit on the tray, and the cook's on the other side putting the food on. And there's a can of Crisco,
Yeah.
or cooking spray. It's on the counter behind the cook.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw it out of the corner of my eye, out of nowhere, the can just falls over and rolls onto the floor.
Just...
And there was nobody over there. We were all over on the tray line.
Oh,
That was weird.
like it tipped up. It was on its base and it tipped over.
Yeah, it was standing. It wasn't It wasn't on anything. It was just standing straight up,
Ooh,
and it fell and rolled off the counter.
that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
It sucks that we can't have video cameras rolling all the time
Mhm.
while we're looking at things. I can't wait till we can go back and watch videos of our memories and thoughts.
Yeah.
Somehow. Then you'll have movies made in a day.
There was a movie about that with Robin Williams called Final Cut.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how it happened, but his job was cutting people's memories together for their funerals. And
Oh,
at the
wow.
funerals, they play video of their memories.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Maybe that's something we can talk about. Kind of like a futuristic topic for next week.
Yeah.
We could talk about telekinesis stuff. No, I'll talk about my experiences doing telekinesis. Talk about
You know what?
penguins.
Yeah, I was gonna say, we don't talk about enough
Penguins.
penguins.
We should have just called it the Penguin Pod.
The Penguin Hour.
An hour with penguins.
Between two penguins.
Oh man. So we'll look over this list some more. If we find anything weird, we'll definitely let you guys know about it. We'll post a picture of the list too. Some secret Nazi shit we got here. By stuffing. BY stuffing. Is this the awkward silence that we end on? Okay, that's the end of episode number 3. We'll see you next time on the Freaking Odd Podcast. You didn't say it at the same time.
Okay,
Do
go
it.
ahead,
1,
go
2, 3. The Freaking Odd Pod.
All right, go ahead.
The Freaking Odd Podcast.
But the only dreams you believe in are the ones that you can buy.
Well, that's the only kind there are.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, if there's nothing I can do to change your mind,
Then maybe I can.